Nepal is observing a national day of mourning today, following the worst airplane crash in that country in more than 30 years. These are images out of northern India near the border with Nepal, where families received word of their loved ones' deaths. At least 68 people died after a Yeti Airlines plane flying from Nepal's capital, Kathmandu, to a tourist town some 200 kilometers to the west crashed into that gorge yesterday. 72 people were on board, 68 passengers and 4 crew members. Rescue workers continue to search for the missing. Let's bring in Neha Punya, who is in New Delhi with the very latest this morning. And Neha, as I was mentioning, that rescue operation continues as we speak, even as the country observes this National Day of Mourning. What can you tell us about what happened?
The entire nation in shock as they're mourning what is the worst air tragedy Nepal has seen in 3 decades. Rescue operations continue for the second straight day. They were called off late on Sunday night after it became too dark to carry on, but they've resumed on Monday. And officials on the ground say they're now looking for 4 more bodies, and they say the possibility of finding any more survivors alive is next to nil. So they're going through the wreckage now. Remember that plane crashed into the hillside close to the Pokhara airport, and large parts of it broke into many pieces. It also caught fire, so they're having to scour through the entire hillside in the hope of finding any more survivors. They also found the black box on Monday morning, so that should give us a sense of what exactly happened, because many experts on the ground say that weather conditions, which normally play a role in crashes like these, weren't a factor because it was a clear day when this plane took off and was about to land in Pokhara.
The government, Neha, has declared not just a national day of mourning, but it has also ordered a probe into the crash. So what can we expect from that?
That's right. Soon after news of this crash broke, you had Nepal's Prime Minister chairing a high-level meeting, and by the end of Sunday, he had already announced that a probe would be ordered. Now, part of the reason why the government is showing intent to get to the bottom of this so quickly is because Nepal has a long history of aviation disasters. More than 300 people have died in the last 22 years in plane and helicopter crashes. Part of the reason is that it's a mountainous terrain home to some of the tallest peaks, including Everest, and that essentially means a lot of these airstrips are located in hard-to-reach hilly areas, and that makes landing and takeoff difficult. Also, weather conditions play a huge role. Weather there can turn quite quickly, adding to the complication that is landing and taking off in this region. But there have also been concerns about the safety record of domestic flights, and in fact on Monday a technical check was ordered and carried out on all domestic flights in Nepal. We should have a sense, experts say, in about 40 days, because those probing this crash will have to go through the black box and the data it contains there to understand what happened, because videos that were recorded by eyewitnesses show the plane just about to land when it suddenly bangs and swerves very dramatically and then crash into that hillside. So no clarity on what happened yet, and officials are going to try and get to the bottom of that mystery.
Neha, thank you very much. Neha Punya in New Delhi, live for us this morning.